Did you know there's a place you can go that will strip away tension, frustration, and help heal emotional pain while simultaneously lifting your vibration? This place is called a forest. It's the home to a self-sustaining and interconnected web of life that is saturated with source energy, also known as spirit. To be sure, there are many other natural places on Earth where source energy is strong, but forests have a unique relationship to our Mother Earth and Father Sun and serve as a way to channel their love to us. Because they are filled with life, they are a place we can connect with prime source energy and replenish our vital life force. In our blog and video article titled Conscious Cosmos, we explored the doctrine of panpsychism. Before continuing, let's refresh our memory concerning this concept. The simplest definition is consciousness that is everywhere. Other more detailed definitions include the doctrine or belief that everything material, however small, has an element of individual consciousness. The view that consciousness or soul is a universal feature of all things, and the primordial feature from which all others are derived. A philosophy which holds that the whole universe is an organism possessing consciousness. When we enter a forest, if we quiet our mind and enter into a meditative state, we connect with the consciousness of the trees and the ecosystem they facilitate. To be sure, this consciousness is different from that of a human. Being without ego, they are extremely calm and joyful, existing only to serve Source and their fellow creatures. They breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Through photosynthesis, they process sunlight into wood, fruit, and other edibles that provide a home and food for many different creatures, including humans. By living only to serve, trees are in a natural meditative state and emanate the unconditional love of Source, which is channeled to us through our star and planet. To be sure, trees share a collective consciousness and communicate with each other. Each acorn, pine cone, or seed they produce has the capability of expanding the consciousness of the forest by producing new trees that become a part of their network. Because trees have no agenda but to serve as conduits of life-sustaining energy, they are naturally in a higher vibration. This is why, if we are open to receiving it, they have such a refreshing effect on the human spirit. And yes, there are those with no sensitivity to this subtle energy who bring their own low vibration into the forest and reject the higher vibration influence it generates. This is especially true of some people who are lifelong city dwellers and those who have never practiced meditation. If they have never disconnected from the material matrix and have no appreciation for nature, they are suffering from a sort of diminished soul that finds it difficult to connect with nature and therefore Source. Contrast this with the tradition of hermits, monks, mystics, saints, shamans, and seers of all sorts who have gone on vision quests into secluded parts of nature. They enter a meditative state before having an epiphany. It's in this quiet place of contemplation that they sense the connectedness and unity of all life. They come to understand the great universal truth of life, that everything is imbued with and sustained by source energy, which is why many embrace biophilia, becoming lovers of nature, enamored with the simple beauty of life in the wilderness, where each species exists to sustain another. A circle and continuum of life so elegant that it cannot help but foster gratitude and humility. Which is why so-called primitive cultures that live close to nature are often of higher vibration than those technologically advanced cultures who discover them in the remote regions where their tribe lives. Their biophilia is often misunderstood as superstition. And of course, before long, their simple, harmonious society is contaminated by the evils that pervade the culture of those who seek to assimilate and dominate them. A great movie that illustrates the contrast between the life and values of a native tribe and those of the modern world is the 1985 film The Emerald Forest, directed by Sir John Boorman. In this story, we see contrasted the philosophy that nature is to be dominated and exploited with the belief that it is to be respected and protected. These two different philosophies create differences in the realities experienced in the respective cultures of those who embrace them. In the tribe, we observe that their society is based on mutual respect, and thus they work together to make a fulfilling life for all. In the modern technological world, we see how greed drives them to exploit their fellow humans to gain economic dominance. In conclusion, I leave you with an Apache blessing, where we can clearly embrace the appreciation of the regenerative energy of nature on the human spirit. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life.